Okay, one more question, Bruno, and this one could be controversial. The Colorado Avalanche call Kyle Dubas tomorrow, or we'll say in the summer. Okay. Let's imagine both players are on the same contract for the same money. Would you trade Auston Matthews for Nathan MacKinnon?
Yes.
Quick answer, Bruno. Quick answer.
Yes, and I don't even really have to think about this. And this has nothing to do with Matthews having a down season. And last year, I know he won the Hart Trophy. He had the best season of any player in the league last year. It's really as simple as that. No one was saying, I would say this, Lepore, the smart people were all recognizing that McDavid was still the best player in the world based on his resume, based on everything that he's done up to this point. But last year, Matthews had the best season in the league, scoring his 60 goals, dominating night in and night out, everything he did at 5-on-5 defensively, blah, 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 blah. But I've always been of the opinion that Nathan MacKinnon is the second best player in the league.
Really? Like, funny how I made that point earlier that I thought that conversation kind of faded a bit. Wow, okay.
And see, that's the thing. It did fade a little bit. It did fade a little bit because he's gone through some injuries. He maybe hasn't been in the lineup as consistently as the other top guys. But man, oh man, you look at numbers over the last 5 years in terms of points per game, even playoff production. This guy has been an absolute monster in the playoffs. And he capped that off last season with a Stanley Cup. So, yes, I would absolutely trade Auston Matthews for Nathan MacKinnon, even though MacKinnon is 2 years older than Auston Matthews.
Okay. And
how about you?
No Canadian bias, though? Nothing to do with that?
No Canadian bias. I just think MacKinnon is I just think he's a better, more dangerous player than Auston Matthews, as elite as both of them are.
See, oh man, I just think it's hard because, and this is not a cop-out, they're really so different. And I guess both MacKinnon and Matthews, no one's really liked them in the NHL. But I'm going like 51-49. I think I'd go MacKinnon. Like that close, though. Like I really do think Auston Matthews is a special player. And again, recency bias, right? I mean, even if we don't think it's affecting us, Nathan MacKinnon won a Stanley Cup and Matthews is having probably his worst season. So if you asked us 365 days ago, we'd be like, what are you talking about? Auston Matthews, 60 goals. And remember, Colorado was kind of considered chokers up until last year.
Exactly.
They couldn't get deep. And then even, was it the bubble year? Or the year they blew it against Vegas.
Yeah, they kept losing in the second round when everyone thought that they were going to get to the Cup final. They were that team. They were like Tampa, right? Yeah. They were like the new Tampa, that the team that was so good every year but couldn't break through when it mattered most.
Yeah.
And now that's obviously the Leafs.
And now it's the Leafs. But see this trend, though, and not to jinx it, it was Washington, and then it was Tampa, and then it was Colorado. Hopefully it's our turn now. Like, this is what you're kind of nudging towards, boys? Like, let's get it done. But 51-49 MacKinnon. And I will say, like you, that it's not a Canadian bias, but I will say maybe a little bit in me, there's a Halifax Mooseheads bias, because I was in Halifax a few months back, and that's a cool spot. They love their Mooseheads. There was MacKinnon shit everywhere, Moosehead shit everywhere. They really support them, and they've been successful. So maybe that's nudging me a bit, but two great players. The slightest of edges goes to Nate, dog.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments. Would you rather have Auston Matthews or Nathan MacKinnon? Let's call it for the next 5 years on the exact same contract. Who would you rather have as your highest paid player? Let us know.
I'm sure a lot of anti-Leafs fans are going to be filling the compliment section with the answer with their answers, right?
The Leafs haters are going to flood in and say, I'd rather have Draisaitl than both of them.
Here we go. Yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for, Lepore.